It's wrinkled sheets. It's wrinkled sheets. It's really kind of neat listening to wrinkled sheets.
Yeah.
And we're back, ladies and gentlemen. Back. And we're bigger. We're better. And we're better. And we're back.
Yeah, the last time we podcast, we tried that live Facebook version.
You did not
was a
like that.
train wreck.
I don't know why you didn't.
Because internet trolls are not my jam.
Yeah, we had quite a few views, live views.
That's cool.
Almost as many, I think, probably more live views than we did on playback on podcasts. But you just did not like the people that be like, I don't like this topic. Y'all need to get.
You guys need to talk about.
Tell us
politics.
what's going on with Trump today. Y'all should be talking about things that matter.
And I don't want to talk politics in this podcast.
You don't at all. Sometimes when even it starts to lean that way, you're like, this isn't what this podcast is about.
Divert. Well, even on my other podcast, Two Girls and a Bottle of Wine, like we do a lot of live videos, and you had like a Trump sign up, and I had to move that over because we did not.
I was wondering why that got moved.
We did not want there to be any thought that this was like we were trying to be political and that was strategically placed. So now we have a gun. With a Lone Star beer sign.
Very nice.
It's fine.
Yeah. But the Trump sign is really down here just for the videos for a character I do, Tucker the Trucker.
Right. And that's why I knew you wouldn't mind if I just moved it over 4 feet.
No. Yeah. When I was down here the other day, I thought, they've rearranged the backdrops that I use.
Yeah. It just...
Okay. Well, that makes sense.
So it's been a bit. You travel and then you would be home for a few days, but they were not days that we could podcast. And
then you have been sick for like 3 weeks.
I feel like I...
Honestly,
so
I think
if I sound a little stuffy, I don't know what it is.
But really, it's been about 3 weeks, hasn't it? Because you almost got better, but you didn't.
Yeah, that would make it 6 weeks.
6 weeks then.
Yes.
Okay. Aren't you... Why haven't you been to the doctor with 6 weeks worth of...
Stubborn. Because I start to get better. And then I'm good. And then it comes back. I know.
Well, I'm going to put this out here for our listeners. And I know I want our listeners... I want the feedback from you guys on this. Honestly, I need your feedback. I don't need it as much as she needs it. Because I have told her, you're sick. You need to just... stay home, stay in bed for a few days. I can't. I have cycle bar class at 5 a.m. tomorrow.
I took off cycle bar.
But you don't like all the time. And that's my thing. People that are listening, dear listeners, when you're sick, aren't you supposed to stay home and be sick? Because she thinks you're supposed to power through it. And I think it's what's been making her hold on to a cold.
You think?
Yeah. Yeah.
I feel better today. I'm just a little stuffy still.
6 weeks worth of, I've coughed, I sneeze, it's in my throat, it's in my head, my nose is burning so bad.
It's not burning anymore.
I know, but I'm just going through what I've been hearing
phases.
On and off.
And you've only been home for part of the 6 weeks.
I know.
I know. You only live once, and I don't want to spend it sick in bed.
You just would rather walk around sick.
Bing.
And there's people right now go, she's the person that comes to work sick that makes the rest of us sick.
I know. I probably should have worked from home on Monday. I really should have. But I had 2 in-person meetings on the schedule that needed to happen.
You had to be in person?
Yes.
Okay.
So I had to... they were in conference rooms, and I sat at the very end from the rest of the peeps.
But it worked out fine.
Yes.
Well, we're down here getting ready for the podcast, setting things up, and I had to click the computer because it said update and restart. So we're doing all this kind of stuff. Janet's switching out the candles from winter to spring. Is that what it was?
Yes, we went from the winter scent to the peach mango or pineapple mango scent.
So you got the candle lit and it's going, and the cat is laying in my lap all. Pooh Bear is just
loving you.
Yeah, and then decides to take a walk across the podcast table, and then sees the dog and makes a U-turn, walks across the keyboard of the computer and up on the adjoining desk, which has the freshly lit candle. And from that point, I'll let you tell this story.
I look up and I see smoke, and I was like, "Oh shoot!" And so I like pull Pooh Bear closer to me away from the candle, and she's not on fire, but she definitely singed herself.
Singed her side.
And thankfully, she's not a long-haired cat. She's not a short-haired cat. She's a medium-haired cat. And I rubbed my hand on her side just to make sure there was no fire.
Yeah.
And like bits and pieces of charred hair just fell onto the table, onto my hand. And she was fine. Like she just kept walking.
She's laying down and sleeping now.
Right. She is fine, but there's not a peach mango scent. There's more of a burnt cat scent.
There is definitely a burnt hair thing going on.
Yes, not burnt cat hair.
Burnt hair. Burnt fur.
It was...
Forget burning man. We have burning kitty.
Well, that sounds like a doctor's thing. Something you need to go to the doctor
I need to have... Well, maybe that's... maybe we could finally get you to go to the doctor if you say, Doctor, I have a burning kitty.
If I had a burning kitty, I would definitely go to the doctor. You don't mess around with that stuff.
Oh, but as long as it's a head cold, you don't mind coughing and sneezing on people.
Well, I don't... My sinus passages aren't, like, formed properly. And so I have had sinus infections over and over again throughout my life. And the doctors always say, you know, just do a rinse.
They're sometimes not formed properly?
No, but it's not bad enough to get, like, the
I had
surgery.
It drilled out years ago.
Yeah.
Because I had a smaller upper passage. And I would get, like, the sinuses up in my forehead, like that. And so they did, that's been probably 20 years ago that I had it drilled out.
I like my nose, and I don't want it to change. And, like, it's, you know, it's the septum and the whole thing, and I don't need my nose to change. I have a really good nose.
You like your nose.
I love my nose.
You have a perky little...
I do, and I don't
people
want
probably
it to
say, have you had your nose done?
I have not. I'm avoiding getting my nose done.
But have people ever said that to you? Because you do have the kind of nose that looks like
I've had lots of comments. They're like, your nose turns up perfectly, and it's pointed. It's not too wide.
Except it's red.
It's red right now because I can't breathe. So, yeah. Nobody cares about this topic.
Oh, we probably already lost a few people.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Well, welcome. See, the real listeners will stay with us.
Because they want to hear about it.
They want to hear about it. And our friends will listen because they're like, oh, I was wondering where they've been and haven't
Because we're not big social people.
No, we're not big social. But,
we actually went out last Tuesday. No, Wednesday. We went to a birthday party.
You did?
We did. We went to Sarah's birthday party.
Oh, yeah. We went. No, I was thinking Scotty. Our friend Scotty Brown was playing, and his girlfriend, Sarah, was her birthday. So it was a combo.
The only reason we went out. And that was a group of people. We used to go out a lot on the weekend. Mm-hmm. We'd go see them and him play a lot. But then we just kind of grew out of that.
Yeah.
Well, we isn't me.
Huh?
I'd rather be in bed.
And everybody knows that listens to this podcast. But it was nice getting out, and everybody's like, oh, it's so good to see you.
What have you been up to?
You guys need to come out more.
And everyone contributes to the fact that you were on a boat now. And I'm like, that's fine.
Yeah, it's because he's always gone. He's always...
Because last night we came home and we were asleep by 11.
Oh, 10:30. You were. You were out.
I know.
I think I fell asleep while we were watching the show.
We actually cuddled. Like, we're not cuddle people because we go to sleep at different times.
Yeah.
This is kind of a relationship topic. That's why I want to talk about it.
She's a cuddler. She likes to cuddle. I don't mind cuddle. I like to cuddle when I want to fall asleep. But if she goes to bed at 6:30, I can't cuddle with her because she wants me facing the wall and not the TV.
I never go to bed at 6:30 when you're home.
Okay, 7:30,
yes.
She wants me facing the wall, and I can't see the TV.
So I've just gotten, and I get it, I don't expect you to cuddle with me when I want to go to bed at 8.
But I cuddle with you when I'm ready to go to sleep.
Right, which was last night was a very rare occurrence when we were both ready to go to sleep at the same time. And I was like, I don't know if I can go to sleep cuddling. But I did. I was out.
Well, and we're watching this new show on Netflix called Dead to Me.
Everybody knows about it. It is on fire.
Is it on fire?
Everyone I know is talking about it. Christina Applegate.
It's been very good.
Oh.
Except I want to bring this up right now. Christina Applegate looks like Amy Schumer to me.
No, she does not.
Yeah, for whatever reason. I don't mean this bad. I'm not trying to smack down. But a couple times when we're watching the show, I've thought, that looks like Amy Schumer. Or I've seen things online
Amy Schumer?
advertising.
How?
I don't know. Maybe it's 'cause the lack of the makeup, or she's gotten older. Her looks have slightly changed. And I don't mean to saying this a bad way. I just think, I mean, when I first saw the Dead to Me thing, like, watch this show, I thought, does Amy Schumer have a new show? Honest to God, that's what I thought.
Oh, no. I remember seeing it and I was like, oh, Christina Applegate has a new show. Yay.
But she's great. I mean, her acting is really good. She does so well at it's dramatic and comedy in the same show.
Right.
And she's very, very good at that.
And every show has like a little piece of the puzzle that is like shown to you, and you're like, oh.
And it's a cliffhanger.
Yeah.
At the end of every one, it's not just kind of like it's a oh my, turn then watch the next one. Like last night when she was the online and that thing, I was so ready to fall asleep, but I'm like, maybe we should have it. Maybe we should.
But we were both tired, so we stopped. We were good.
I thought we were going to binge watch today. I thought that's what we were going to get up and binge watch. And you jumped up this morning and were like, I can't breathe, but I'm going to do housework. I need to get laundry done.
That is not how I sounded.
I got to prepare meals for the week. Oh my God. Oh.
Stop. Oh my gosh. That is not how I sounded.
Woke up the cat.
That is not how I sounded. That is not.
Stop. That's a natural thing. Most people blow their nose. Did you want to have sex?
I did not ask you that. Nope. Yeah, I washed my hands after blowing nose. I did need to meal prep. Aren't you happy when I make food that's available to you when you wake up and you don't have to do anything?
I'm so happy when you do that. Because now we got egg.
Do we need to stop podcasting until I can breathe again? Because you're making fun of me and it's pissing me off.
We have egg cups. I'm not pissing you off, am I?
What? You make it sound disgusting.
Well, this is called comedy.
I don't like it.
You exaggerate when you do comedy.
Okay, got it. Yes. So I love doing that stuff, and now I feel like we're prepared for the week.
You actually said, I love to bake. And that's kind of the way you said it, too. You go, I love to bake. And are you even talking to me? I think you were just like talking to the pots and pans.
I think so. You just happen to be in the vicinity.
Yeah, you were like licking the beater.
Yes.
And you were like, I love to bake.
Is that what I sound like when I talk? Oh my gosh, I need to enunciate. And especially since we're keto focused, it's so much easier to stay on track when the food that you can have is right there and ready to go. So I baked a whole pan of bacon for you, your thick cut bacon. So if you need a little snack, you could just grab a piece of cooked bacon out of the refrigerator.
We did thick cut this time. You've been buying something else.
Uncured.
It's good. It's delicious. But I've been looking at that thick cut because
I didn't know that's what you would prefer.
It's kind of like meatier, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's almost like Canadian bacon-y kind of... But Canadian bacon's always reminded me more of ham than bacon, hasn't it?
Right.
Is it ham? I'm so confused now.
There's so many questions.
So many questions. If you know the difference between Canadian bacon and ham, would you let us know?
Stop. That voice is not allowed anymore in this podcast. It's banned. Oh my goodness. So keto update.
Yes.
Speaking of keto, how many pounds are you down?
Well, I started at 206.
Congrats. I mean, no, that's not a good number.
That is not a good number. And I am at 179.
That is amazing. How many pounds is that?
Is that 26 pounds? 27
that's
pounds.
Crazy. And my friend Monica, who started keto around the same time you did, just hit her 30-pound mark.
Oh. I've had weird and bad plateaus.
And I think that's normal.
Is that
normal? Is she. Yeah.
Because I'll be fine, and all of a sudden I'll lose 4 pounds, and then 2 back, and then all of a sudden nothing for a week or two. I mean, like nothing. Like, why am I even attempting that? And then I'll wake up and I'll be 3 pounds, like, boom, overnight. Like,
yeah. You have to be patient.
And I had to get, this is going to be gross, and I don't mean to, but there really is a thing called keto constipation.
Yeah.
There really is.
Yeah.
And be aware of that, because it's hit me more than once.
Yes. Are you taking any probiotics?
No, and I probably should.
I gave you a
but every
pack.
2 or 3 days that it's not working properly, I'll do a colon cleanse.
And
those
that's
pills.
fun.
But those things wipe me out.
Yeah,
they don't
do.
just make me go. They turn me into just like a
Too much. Stop.
uh-oh. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Diarrhea.
Yeah. We got to talk about that.
Oh my
Now that you brought that
gosh.
up. We had the kids with us this weekend.
Yeah.
I'll say it. They're my grandkids.
Okay.
And
I never use that word without your permission.
I know, but we had them this weekend, and they went off. They have never heard the song "Diarrhea" before,
Yeah.
and they just started making up lyrics like crazy. If it's running in your pants and it makes you want to dance, diarrhea. If you feel it on your legs, that kind of and they just started writing them. They were like, "Oh my god, this is comedy gold." And then the little one
like,
goes, "This is comedy brown." And then they started.
No more.
Oh, but then they really did. They started writing the verses down, and I think they're going to try to make a video.
We'll see, because you gave them a video camera.
I did.
So let's see how that happens.
Yeah, the teenager wanted to start a YouTube channel, so I gave her an old video camera.
But I don't think her dad's actually going to let her start a YouTube
He
channel.
says he thinks it's stupid. That's what...
But that's what she told you. Why don't you talk to him?
I should.
You have a horrible thing. You don't actually talk to your son.
I do.
No.
We text a lot.
Yeah, you need to talk.
Talk more. Yeah.
Yes.
All right. Well, I'll do that. I'll talk to him. But because don't you think? Is it too? She's the age she could have a.
She's 14.
She could have a video channel, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
her
I know
dad
there's
can be
creepers and
very
there's stalkers,
involved.
right? But
Her dad can be very involved and watch what she posts and monitor her comments and stuff, but maybe he just doesn't want to take on that responsibility.
could be
She doesn't
Just
have
one
a cell
more
phone.
thing, you know?
She doesn't have a cell phone.
because she abused that, right?
Yeah. Well, I think that was because it was from her mom, and now that she lives with her dad
Okay.
more.
Yeah, that's true. Okay. Well, anyway, they were all excited about the diarrhea.
Oh my gosh, it was so annoying.
And we went to play putt-putt golf, which I had forgotten how much I love.
Oh my gosh, you were having so much fun.
I was having so much fun.
It was so great, though.
I was having, because it's a really good putt-putt.
Uh-huh.
It's one thing to just go play a putt-putt, which I enjoy, but when you have to putt through the water hole that makes the water run down to a tube that pushes it down, all
Yes.
these exciting kind of putt, strategic putt-putt.
Yeah.
You got to bounce it off a rock and a skull to make it
obstacles.
go down a tube and a... Mm-hmm. Yeah. So that was a lot of fun.
That was so much fun.
Would you do that again?
Oh, yeah. I love putt-putt.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
How come in the almost 9 years we've been together, that's the
I thought
first...
the same thing yesterday. I was like, you like this? I like this. Why have we not done this?
I don't know, because it's not that expensive.
No.
Except having the kids.
So,
I was paying a couple bills today that came in online, and so I
Uh-huh.
was looking at the bank. By the time we went to a movie, popcorn... now I understand why families can't go. They just can't go.
right.
Movie, drinks, the tickets, all that stuff, and the miniature golf. What was the other thing they did? Laser tag.
Coffee at Starbucks.
And the coffee at Starbucks, and then the meal, the semi-meal at the thing, was over $200
It's crazy. For 2 days.
for 2 days.
Actually, 1.5.
Yeah. Picked them up at 5 in the afternoon.
Yeah.
And
Took him back at 7.
that was just a movie.
That was one day.
And that wasn't even all snacks.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, they all didn't get popcorn. They all didn't get...
Yeah. We just have to, when you go to a movie, you have to say no.
Or just say, we're getting one popcorn and you
But
pass it
something
around.
happened before, like when you picked, between the time you picked them up and the time they came to the house, because they were like, oh, G-Paw said, we didn't get drinks because G-Paw said we could get stuff at the movie theater.
Yeah.
What did you tell them?
I told them to get stuff at the movie theater.
Yeah, maybe we don't do that again.
Why?
Because that's where all the money, that's how we spent
Oh.
$70 at concessions.
Well, everybody wants something to drink at the movie.
yeah, we can get bottle of water.
Yeah, but they wanted to get like sodas, and I thought you're not going to get one now. We're all going to get a drink at the
Right.
movie theater. That's what I meant. It wasn't
Got it.
It wasn't like just go crazy at the movie theater.
Which they did.
yeah.
It was crazy. It was chaotic. Anyway.
But the movie was good. You liked it.
Oh, we went and saw Dumbo. Oh, Dumbo. I hated the first Dumbo. It was just too sad for me. So I wasn't really enthused about seeing the new Dumbo, but it's so much better. The story's so much better. And I don't know what technology makes Dumbo happen, but it's
called CGI.
Yeah.
It's computer graphics.
Oh my gosh, the CGI was amazing. You could see the emotions in his eyes.
They looked like they were going to tear up every once in a while.
Oh my
didn't
gosh,
they?
at the appropriate times. And, just loved it.
You really did like it. The kids loved it.
Yeah.
And I thought it was okay. I didn't hate it. Because I thought the story was, it's good. It's a perfect kids movie.
Which is what it needed to be.
Yes. And I don't know why it got bad reviews. It's gotten poor reviews. But I thought it was well done for a kids. But I just didn't like, the elephant's born, they learn to fly, they want to fly with it. The big circus tries to steal it away. It's kind of a generic storyline, but it's perfect for kids.
Right. And it's a kids movie,
Right.
so it's perfect.
Right.
Period.
Right.
Yes.
But I thought maybe since they were doing live action and Tim Burton did it, I thought maybe they were going to do a weirder, darker kind of.
And I would have hated that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like Dumbo. Aladdin comes out this weekend.
I can pass on that one.
I'm actually excited about that.
Are you?
One of my favorite movies as a kid was Aladdin.
Me too, because I thought Robin Williams was great, and I just don't know how Will
That's
Smith
because you
is
knew
gonna...
him.
True.
See, that's different. If you knew Will Smith, you might have a little bit different. I didn't know Robin Williams, and I loved the original.
Yeah, but I think the animated blue genie was kind of cool. Just the blue. And did you know in the previews that like it goes back and forth? Like he's blue genie, and then he's not a blue genie, and then he's
right.
I don't know what they're going to be doing.
I'll go watch it and let you know.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, because I think Memorial Day weekend's coming up. Yeah, is that next weekend?
Yeah. What movie? I'm supposed to go see some screening this week. Let me see what.
Memorial Day weekend. That means I have a 3-day weekend. Boom.
Oh, I'm going to go see The Dead Don't Die. That's why I'm going without you.
That's exciting.
It's supposed to be the funniest, coolest zombie movie ever. It's loaded with stars. But you didn't like Zombieland, so I know you'd hate this one.
Hated Zombieland.
And by the way, they're doing Zombieland 2.
That's dumb. So not my thing. I'm sorry. What's up? Now I'm buying an Aladdin ticket.
Are you seriously?
I think I might.
She's right in the middle of a podcast.
I'm sorry. Stop.
Why did it get quiet? I decided to buy.
Yeah.
Squirrel.
Okay, so keto up done, burning cat done. Tonight we're going to dinner with the best neighbors in the whole entire world. Seriously, we'll talk about our cat Rain next, but I was.
You're sad about it.
I am. They are such good neighbors.
They have been my neighbors since I moved into this house originally. We bought the house basically at the exact same time.
And I'm an introvert, so I don't socialize with the neighbors. I don't know any of the other neighbors. And Joni, who is the wife of the couple that's getting ready to move, she's like, these are these and these are them, and they know everything about the neighborhood. They know when people come and go.
What you're saying is they're trying to tell you. She's trying to tell you about the other neighbors.
So we're going to dinner with them tonight, and I'm going to have to bring a notebook to write this down, names and get
addresses.
To know. I could just draw a house. We have our little cul-de-sac, and so and so is so and so. And it's kind of a bummer because, with your travels, I know that I could, I never had to.
Yeah.
But if I ever needed to, I could,
and they check.
get a hold of them.
They check on you.
Yeah. So they're moving June 9th.
Did we talk about the, on here before, the closet disaster?
I don't think so.
Because that's what he was so helpful. Jack, our neighbor,
so helpful. He's he's a painter / handyman. He knows how to use tools.
Very much so, and he's got a tool truck. But I was out of town, and we had a closet
shelf.
One shelf fell, knocking down another.
The other shelf,
and it just destroyed the closet.
And he was able to fix it. Well,
while I was out of town,
it took a few times because he didn't know really what he was dealing with. And finally, like, the third time is a charm. But it was...
He finally used giant screws that went right into the 2x4s to hold it. Because we have more clothes than we need. That was part of the problem.
Yes.
The weight on the racks was too much.
And it wasn't built properly. Like, originally, the shelves were not screwed into the studs with long enough screws. And he was trying to use same... Because it didn't break anything when it fell. So all he had to do was reposition the shelving to be with the studs. And the screws just didn't work because they weren't long enough. He was using the screws that came with the freaking closet when it was built in 2006. And so the fact that he was able to help, like when I came home from work and the closet was on the floor, I was like the most helpless feeling in the entire world. I was going to a concert and I was just like, well,
I'm going to change clothes and leave it.
I don't know what the heck to do. And thankfully, you reached out to Jack and said, do you know anyone? And Jack called me immediately, didn't even respond to you.
He didn't respond.
No. He was like, Janet, what's going on? And I was like, my closet fell on the floor. He's like, let me come see. And I was like, okay. So he came and looked. He's like, I'll be here tomorrow. I'll fix it. We're good to go. And I was like, but all these clothes are on the floor. He's like, I can move them. Well, thankfully, I went to the concert and got home at a decent hour. And I woke up the next morning. I was like, why the heck would I make him move my clothes? So I moved all the clothes so he could come in and fix it. And it all worked out. But it's just, that's one of many examples of them being amazing neighbors. And I don't feel like we have returned the favor ever. Maybe, did you get them tickets to your comedy show once?
I've done that several times.
Okay, good.
Several times. They've done several comedy shows.
Okay,
But,
that makes me feel better.
But
Excuse me. Sorry. See, when I'm in this chair, I can't turn the volume down.
but we don't have the same kind of skills that would help them as much as.
And while Jack was fixing the closet, his wife Joni took one of my plants that looked like it wasn't going to make it and like pruned it and made it like all like perfect. I'm like,
yeah, but if you ever see their backyard, if you could see it, you'd be like,
very well manicured.
Yeah, the plants are beautiful, the trees, and they do all of it. They've got 5 seating areas in their backyard.
Yeah.
5.
It's amazing. And it's not a massive backyard.
No, it's not much bigger than ours.
But they've used the space wisely. Anyway, they're moving, and I'm sorry if I punch microphones. That's what I do. And it's really sad. So we're going to dinner with them tonight at a steakhouse that they
turned us on to.
Yeah.
Called Columbine Steakhouse. If you're in Denver, go check it out. It's over on Federal Boulevard.
So it's not in the best part of town.
But it's not even the best looking restaurant. If you go by,
and it's
don't go.
cash only.
Cash only, and there's signs everywhere on the wall. Cash only. On your table, there'll be something taped down. Cash only. But seriously, the best steaks.
Yeah.
In town. I honestly, I mean, they beat Fleming's to me. They beat the steak. You went to one steakhouse. It's definitely better than that.
Right.
But they do. What they're like how much was the? What's the one I got? The great big one, the Porterhouse.
Yeah.
It's like $18 or something like that. That's like a $70 steak at Ruth Chris or something. You know.
It's crazy. It's crazy. So we're bummed that they're leaving, and that's what's kind of been taking up some emotions lately.
Yeah.
But what happened yesterday, which ties the neighbors into this story, is, okay, grandkids were here. We woke up, and Butterfly needed to go outside. So I went to go take Butterfly outside, and the youngest grandchild's 5 years old. She's like, can I go? Will you wait for me? And I was like, yeah, hurry, get your shoes on. Butterfly needs to go. And so we go out, and Butterfly's in the front yard, and I look, and I see that the front door is cracked a little bit, and I'm like, it's okay, it'll just be a second. But then the neighbors who are having a moving sale, yard sale, start talking, and we start talking, and blah, 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 and then we finally, I come back, and you had come downstairs and shut the door, and I was like, okay, well, that's good. So then fast forward a couple hours, I was like, I hadn't seen Rain the cat in a while, and I was like, well, he needs his diabetes shot. We should find him. And so I was like, well, haven't seen Rain. Let's try and find Rain. And so then we all start trying to find Rain.
and the most extensive search I've ever done
In this house.
In this house. I mean, extensive. Like, we moved boxes and opened boxes and looked in places that he doesn't even normally go. I mean, we
Right.
really looked. Couldn't find him anywhere.
So I just assumed.
Anywhere.
I just assumed he got out when that front door was open for that small period of time, and he was out in the world trying to live his own life without his diabetes medication.
And guess who got upset and started crying?
I did not cry. I kept very close to it.
You were tearing.
I was prepared to go back to bed and live in bed for the rest of the day.
You laid down on the stairs.
I did. It was an emotional moment. Very emotional moment.
I even went out and walked around the neighborhood for a little bit, calling his name.
See, I went out and I went to the neighbors because they were doing their yard sale, so they were outside. I was like, "Have you seen a gray cat?" And they're like, "No." And they were right in the middle trying to sell something. I was like, "Okay, cool." And I came back, and like an hour later, I get a call from them. "Have you found your cat?" And thankfully, Steve the cat whisperer, you found him.
I found him under
He
the
was
stairs.
in the basement.
He is a pro at hiding. I don't know where he was. I don't
He's
know where
quiet.
what he was in. I just came back down and happened to look over, and he was laying on top of a box. I'm like,
And we had looked
you
at that
little
box.
turd.
Yes.
You.
Oh, it was so scary. It was so scary. I even posted on the Nextdoor app. I was like, "Missing cat. He needs his diabetes shot. His name is Rain. He doesn't have a collar." It was very traumatic.
But now we're talking about chipping.
Yeah. And I don't know anything about it.
We don't
so
know
we'll
anything
have
about
to
but
do
what
some
the
research.
check up on it, because if he gets out, it's going to be sad.
Yeah.
He is not an outdoor cat. I don't know how people let their cats out.
You grew up with cats. Were they outdoor cats?
In and out, but the
Yeah.
same thing happened like you. Like they got run over, or
Yeah. I grew up- up-
backed over one. You
Yeah.
know, like
That's what I grew up with. Like we had indoor outdoor cats. I think it's because my parents didn't want to manage a full-time litter box.
yeah.
That's lazy. But I told myself, I wasn't going to get cats when I was older. But then when I stumbled upon Pooh Bear, I was like, okay, you're never going outside. Just we're setting the boundaries now. I got her declawed.
But she doesn't want to go out now.
Right, because I think a couple times she tried, she got a hiney whipping. It was.
Because I've left the back door open when I'll go
She'll
to
just
feed
stand
the
there.
fish, and I'll come back. She'd just be sitting in the door.
And we have wild animals around here. We have foxes. We have coyotes. And you hear about small animals getting taken all the time. So there's just no reason to have an outdoor cat.
At all.
No.
So that was the cat drama. That was two. Well, we've had 2 cat dramas on this podcast. We've had Burning Kitty and Missing Kitty.
Right? Oh, I wanted to talk about something that I have been obsessed with lately. And I've been like delving so deeply into this that I ended up having to share my location with you to make myself feel better about life, because life is dangerous, especially when you fill your days when your husband is traveling with crime podcasts.
Why do you do that?
Because they're so good.
What? How can I word this? They have become not just popular with you; they are popular.
They are so
What do you think it is
popular.
about crime? These murder podcasts that are making people really
It's
addicted to them.
Unsolved Mysteries, CSIs. It's people are like, they don't understand these evil people that do these evil things. And these are true stories that you dig into the storyline, the whys, and I don't know.
You were walking around today with your phone,
Yes.
listening to one of these.
Yes.
Which one did you have on?
Today I finished Live and Dying in LA. That was several podcasts. And then the one I was listening to most recently today was The Beauty School Murder by the Moms in Murder podcast, which is one I just recently started following. And I think it's one of those where each podcast focuses on a different case.
Okay. Is that the one from here, Colorado? Because
No.
I sent you one that I had read about. That was some ladies here in Colorado that have a
Yeah.
big murder podcast.
Maybe it is Moms. I don't remember. I've been like, anytime someone talks about a crime podcast, I'm like, checking it out. And so I pulled up this list, and I'm very excited because some of these I haven't even discovered. It's the 20 true crime podcasts that that will make your commute go by in a flash, which it's true. Like, I'll be driving or I'll be cleaning, and like all of a sudden I'm done doing what I need to do, and the podcast isn't done, and I'm like, I need more cleaning to do. It's great. I've not heard of the first one. It's Jensen and Holes, The Murder Squad. It's a brand new podcast. Retired cold case investigator Paul Holes and true crime journalist Billy Jensen team up to tackle unsolved crimes. And see, that's kind of another thing that lures you in when it's an unsolved crime. You're wondering, are they going to solve it? It's like tagging along with a detective.
Now, some of the podcasts that you've listened to, have they been solved, or they just kind of tell you the stories?
Like Live and Die in LA, it seems like they have narrowed it down to the top 3 suspects, and now they're turning it over to the LA crime people. And so I think they may have helped contribute to
the podcast itself?
Yes.
Because you think, are these people like, well, obviously the one you just mentioned, this Jensen and Holes, but some of the other...
The Live and Die in LA is very similar to this, where you have a journalist and then a retired investigator.
That's what I'm wondering. If
you need to have both.
It's not like there's 2
expertise.
girls in a basement having a podcast. We should look into this.
Yeah, that would
that would
not be smart.
Like a Nancy Drew kind of. We solved the crime, Dorothy.
Right. And then let's see, Up and Vanished. They've had 2 seasons. And, the second one was focused around a Colorado issue. And again, I don't want to say how it ends. I almost said how it ends because I would...
Don't do it.
Yeah. But that one's a good one. To Live and Die in LA is number 4 on this list.
Number 5.
Number 5, Crime Junkies. This is one that I love. It's a weekly podcast, and they go through different cases every single week.
Can't get enough of true crime? You might be a crime junkie,
yes.
just like the host of this podcast, Ashley Flowers. Each episode, she tackles a different crime and keeps you in the loop with follow-ups and updates, so you'll have all the pieces to the puzzle.
Yes. Number 6 on this list is Over My Dead Body. I tried to start listening to that, and I kind of got out.
Oh,
but number 7,
Dr. Death.
Dr. Death. Oh,
Dr. Death.
My gosh.
You should always trust your doctor, right?
Yeah, it's about this guy who was a neurosurgeon and just botched almost every single thing he did. And people were left paralyzed. I think someone died. And he was a neurosurgeon. Like, yeah. It's so creepy. I recommend it.
Oh.
Yeah.
Here, the story of a neurosurgeon. Though he claimed he could take your pain away, he often made his patients worse, not better. Listen as the host, Laura Beale, breaks down the heartbreaking aftermath of misdiagnosis and a surgeon who doesn't know best.
Yeah. I know. Oh.
Atlanta Monster. That's a true story.
That's the Zodiac Killer, right?
No.
No.
That was the this. Oh yeah, no, you're right. You're right. That's the Zodiac. I forgot, but it's Wayne somebody. He was the guy that was killing all the black children. The black guy that was killing the black children. I remember when the accident was happening.
I just added it to my list. My Favorite Murder. I've heard that's a good one. They do live podcasts. Yeah. Cold is about, I guess, cold cases. Dirty John turned into a miniseries. And I tried to listen to the podcast, but I had already watched the miniseries, so it was like a little futile.
And I sent you a link to the actual, like, it was a TV show that was the true story. Like one of those cold crime things.
And I watched that.
How was that?
It was really good.
Because you'd already listened to the podcast.
No, I'd already watched the show.
I mean, the show. So with the true story on the news, was it very close to what you had seen?
Yeah.
Okay.
It was exactly what I had seen.
I need to watch that.
Yeah.
Case File.
There's just so many, and I don't want to go through this whole
Here,
list,
I'll read
I feel
them.
like...
Case File, In the Dark, Criminal, Undisclosed, Someone Knows Something. Oh, that sounds sinister. Someone Knows Something. Serial. That was one a lot of people were already into that a couple years ago, right? Serial.
Yes.
S-Town. From Serial and the American Life. S-Town. American Scandal. Unsolved Murders. But
There's so many.
There's so many.
It's great.
Should we put a link on this one?
Yes.
Okay.
You should just keep this tab open so you can link it when you post the podcast.
Okay.
Yeah, so that, and I shared my location with you. Is it still working?
I don't know.
You have your phone right next to you.
Well, that means I'd have to stop our podcast, what we're talking, and look it up. So
no, you could be looking that up because I got to a point where I was listening to these.
Where would I find that?
You would go to me in your contacts.
Uh-huh. Okay.
And open it up.
Uh-huh.
And I was so like, oh my gosh, there's so many bad people and bad things going on in the world. And I was like, I need Steve to always know where I'm at. Because sometimes I'll tell you, oh, I'm going to lunch with some friends, but you don't know where I'm going. And you're 12 hours away.
Uh-huh.
Did you open up my contact?
Yeah, and I don't see it. Where would it say that?
So show me it. Scroll down. Yeah, I don't know. I if anyone else understands
because at one
location,
point, I remember I told you it said Janet stopped sharing. This was a few days ago.
Yeah, and I shared it again. No, I don't know. My friend Laurel shares her location with me all the time, which is amazing because she's not married or in a solid like relationship, and it's good for me. I could just open up her contact information and see how she's doing. Does anybody else do that with someone? Like, do you share your location?
Because I want you to know where I am if something snatches me.
Right? You could follow where my phone goes, because typically my phone's going to be with me.
See, that's why we need to chip the cat. So
we need to chip the wife.
Chip the wife. Can you chip people?
I don't know. I feel like that's very Revelations.
Oh. We should chip people.
No, I'm not ready for Jesus to come back.
You could chip your kids, and that way you could see where the chips are. And if her boyfriend had a chip and she had a chip, if those chips got together, you'd be like, get off my chip.
Wow.
See?
Yeah. That would not be a healthy relationship thing. No.
Okay.
But I do have some things I wanted to share about some small changes you can do to make your relationship healthier.
Uh-huh.
And these are in 2019. I don't know if they're like just recently, like if they're technology driven, or if you wanted to throw the link up to Chromecast.
Which one? Which one?
9 small changes to make your relationship healthier in 2019. Try to be smooth.
Okay.
Steve is not following.
No, I just realized you sent me this other thing about James Charles that we were going to talk about.
Oh, yeah, we were.
Now, which one is this? Nine best?
Yeah.
Okay.
We could talk about this, and then we can touch on the James Charles Tati Westbrook thing if you want.
Okay.
So, Steve and I have been in a relationship for 9 years.
Going on.
Yeah, 9 years in June.
Ooh, wow. I can't believe it's been that long.
And these are just some things. It's always good to like recalibrate, make sure you're both on the same page, make sure you're not going in different directions in the world. So I love reading stuff like this because it does kind of keeps my finger on the pulse. The number 1 is schedule 10 minutes of intentional communication each day. Well, I am a calendaring freak, but I don't know, like when I come home, I feel like we do this every day. We always have. Like I come home from work and it's like,
how's your day?
How was your day? How was your day?
Uh-huh.
And you know,
how are you feeling?
What did you do?
What'd you do? Yeah.
Yeah. And maybe that is.
I think that's kind of what that is.
I think so too.
Because I think this is for people that just don't talk to each other. They come home, fix themselves a drink, start watching TV, or.
We've seen that. Like we've witnessed people we know that do that. And it's like,
do they talk to each other?
Number 2, say these 4 words more often. How can I help? I think I need to do that more. You're better at that.
I do that. I actually do. I mean, sometimes I don't initiate. Yeah, that's what I'm
You'll
thinking.
see me doing stuff.
No, yes, I'll see you doing stuff, and I'll go, can I help you fold that?
Right.
Or can you want me to go do that? But sometimes when I'm sitting there watching like HGTV and I'll hear you start sorting laundry, I'll be like, oh, she doesn't think I do anything. And you know what I mean? So, but you will do things where I kind of be like, oh, I probably should help.
Yeah.
That makes sense?
Yeah.
I don't mind helping, and I'll jump in and help. But you're always the one like, we probably should have been doing laundry. We probably should, get the dishes unloaded. Like, oh, yeah, I probably should do that other than what I'm doing.
Because when it needs to be done, it becomes a mental to-do on my to-do list. Do you not have that in your brain?
I don't really.
Okay.
Like,
and everyone's different.
Like, I finally put my clothes back in our closet catastrophe.
After the closet falling, yeah. Because I didn't know what you wanted to keep, what you wanted to throw away.
Yeah. And I said, I was home for like 4 days before I even did it,
I wasn't going to say anything.
But that's what I'm saying. It's not on my list. Things like that don't get in I don't have a to-do list.
Right.
Like
but then
you
we were
do.
having the kids come over and we needed the bed that the clothes were on, so you had to do it.
Yeah. So it was something like, this needs to get done. And that's kind of the way I've always done things. Like, this needs to get done. I need to write this before Friday. I need to have a script treatment before next month. It's like things that absolutely need to be done.
Right. Number 3, communicate sexual desires outside of the bedroom. We don't really talk about sex. And that face that you make.
That just seems weird.
Why?
I don't know. Hey, what are you doing? You want to put your pinky in my butt later?
Oh my God.
Well, I'm just communicate sexual desires outside. That's why I laughed. Are you supposed to just randomly like, hey, maybe later you want to tickle my nipples with a duck feather?
I think that's what it's saying. While communicating your needs may feel more natural while the act is happening, it's actually best to have this discussion outside of the bedroom while also letting your partner know how much you appreciate him or her. Couples who thrive sexually have the ability to speak about this stuff openly. So maybe we need to...
Maybe later tonight you'd rub some Vicks Vapor Rub on my feet and bounce twice on my face. Could you do that?
Oh my God.
Do you see how
Why
weird?
you gotta make it a joke?
But do you see how weird?
You just gotta grow up. This is what I feel like healthy relationships do.
Uh-huh.
Okay, number 4, try eye gazing.
Wow.
Eye gazing.
Just gaze into each other's eyes.
It's the practice of mindfully staring into someone's eyes. Feels awkward at first and still feels awkward after a few attempts. It kind of takes you back to the playground, to those days of staring competitions, and whoever blinks first is the loser. But I guess it's supposed to be
practitioners have found it helps them to reconnect with their beloved.
Yeah.
Okay. Maybe we can eye gaze and I'll go, hey, do you want to tickle my feet with a feather and maybe...
Oh my God. Oh, goodness.
Number 5.
Cultivate more generosity. Yeah.
I think
your
we're pretty
first
good at that.
interpretation of your partner's behavior should be in their favor. If he doesn't call when he said he would, so just be kind, follow what you say you're going to do. If she's late to the restaurant, maybe traffic was heavier than usual or she had an unexpected issue. If he missed acknowledging an important occasion, maybe he had more on his mind than usual. If she is not very affectionate lately, perhaps she's worrying about something or having a bad day. This is about something other than you, is kind of what it's saying, right?
Yeah. Don't sweat the small stuff.
Yeah. When arguing, learn to differentiate between feelings and thoughts, which we don't argue. Maybe it's because we don't talk about sex enough.
Maybe later. You could... No, I think this is something leans toward you because I think you overthink a lot of stuff.
All women do.
All women do?
Yes.
Okay.
Maybe not women you've known. I swear, all my friends, we talk about this. We overthink. We overanalyze.
Yeah, and I think there's a difference between feelings and what do you think this is possibly what? No, I think this is what's happening,
Got it. But this isn't about you and I stuff.
No, but I'm saying this is what this article, maybe you're arguing about something that you thought, but it's just a feeling you had,
And I feel like I'm in a similar situation right now with a coworker where she is associating feelings when it was just thoughts, and it's gone kaboom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Number 7, learn how to lovingly disengage from a conflict when necessary.
We do that very well. We just don't confront. Mm-hmm. We're like, all right.
I'm done. I'm not talking about it.
Yeah.
There's no reason this will just get out of hand.
Let's stare out the window and not think about it until we talk about something else.
Well, that's you. That part's you. Because I'll even go, What are you doing? You're just staring out the window. You haven't said anything for like 10 miles now.
Because I know that there's nothing to say that would make it better. We just need to pass.
Spend more time alone. Well, we don't need that.
We do that very well.
We don't need that. That's actually in my job qualification.
Right. Stop expecting your partner to be your sole source of joy and aliveness. And I think both of you.
Both of us.
Am I outside of the conversation now? Both of us are really good about that.
Yeah.
We have, and that also comes with your traveling. If you were home every day, all day, it would be harder for me.
Yeah.
I think.
It's so weird. I read an article this morning about Moby, the singer, DJ, Moby, that he had gone through several relationships, and then finally he realized he was better alone than in a relationship.
And I think I have friends that are seeing that.
That they're just absolutely better alone. They like their alone time. Yes. They do things alone better. So maybe sometimes when people feel like something's not right, maybe it just quit trying to be a couple.
Right.
Either you are or you aren't, right?
And I think experiencing, when we first started dating, you didn't travel. You had a job in town, and we had a good relationship. And then things shifted.
And then we didn't have a good relationship.
No, I never said that. Things shifted in your job, and there was some adjustments that had to be made on my end. And I feel like we both adjusted well. Mm-hmm. And it works. Like, people are like, oh, after like 2 weeks, I'm done. Like, I'm like, come home now. After a week, I'm okay. Like, this last trip, you were gone a week, and I was like, oh, good, he's going to be home. But it's not like I was like, I miss him.
I think sometimes when I need to go, like 2 weeks, like I'm about to go to Spain for 2 weeks next week. Mm-hmm. That is a necessity because that's what, I can't come home.
Yeah.
But sometimes I think if I just can come home for even a day or two, breaks up the whole thing. Like I'll go 2 weeks, come home for 2 or 3 days, and then if I got to go again, that's yes, it's almost like 3 weeks, but I got to come home. Mm-hmm. It's not like you have been gone for almost a month.
I don't know how people do that. Paul Agata, your friend, he's out months at a time. They're totally cool, but they travel more together than you and I do. Right, because I have a job.
Yeah, well, she does too. I mean, I don't, because I know if they listen to this, I don't want, but she's able to take off more time. That's the difference. I was going to say.
Got it.
She has more, or the job that will go. You'll be fine. We'll do it when you get back.
Got it. Yeah.
People have jobs that are a little less.
And in today's day and age, I feel like it's more common where employers are more flexible. I'm just not in that situation right now. And it's fine. I think my biggest stress when I travel are the animals.
Yeah, because
getting them taken care of.
Cat's got to have shots twice a day. The little dog has got to be boarded. And the cat we looked into boarding the cat. Mm-hmm. That's like $70 a day.
Yeah.
Because of the shots.
Right.
Like, you can take a vacation for that.
Yeah. So I'm like, it's just cheaper to stay home. Period.
That's kind of sad.
It is.
Well, the other thing, too, that we, I think, as a couple, is that we enjoy stuff like this together. Mm-hmm. That we podcast together. We have the video, the YouTube vlog. You have your podcast with other girls. So we have like other things that tie us together. Because the couples that don't have anything like anything like I'm going to go play softball. I'm not going with you. I'm going to go hunting. I'm not going with you. I'm going to go to ballet class. Well, I'm not going with you. They just don't have.
And I'm I try to be very conscious with my calendar. When you're going to be home, I try not to schedule a lot of things. And I think not everybody would be that.
Yeah.
They'd be like, well, fine. It doesn't, this is what I need to do. And it doesn't matter if you're going to be home. Maybe you should be home more often.
And as weird as it sounds, I don't mind watching some of the stuff that you're into on YouTube. Like we don't argue. Like you might, hey, you want to watch Fleur,
I
Fleur
love
to Vlog, and
She posted a video with Reese Witherspoon yesterday.
Did she really?
I don't know it was on her Instagram story, and I was like, what?
But we like
Yes.
Fleur and her husband Mike. They have a vlog that I enjoy, but some days it's all about makeup.
Yes.
And I'll be like, all right, well, I like Fleur. I'll watch this with you. Mm-hmm. Where I think some people, don't you think, be like, I am not watching it.
I am too manly. I got to go watch ESPN.
Or something. So I still will do that kind of stuff, and that ties it all together. Like,
and I watch Gunsmoke sometimes.
you do. You even actually the other night, you were like, I want to know how this ends. Record it because I want to know how this ends.
Yes.
But where I was going with this is you got me caught up in one of your beauty.
Oh, the drama.
The beauty vlogger you watch, Tati.
Tati Westbrook. I've been watching her for years.
And I did not know, because I've watched it with you. She's so mild and she's so nice and she's
she's my age.
And this product, I didn't really care for it. And isn't that kind of the way she is?
Yes.
She's very much, I tried it. You might like it if it's. Well, then it turns out this weird giant feud is going on
between her and James Charles, who is a much bigger YouTuber than Tati. But he's newer.
But he's the guy, the cover girl made the cover boy.
Yes. And so the feud between the two of them has created quite the drama in YouTube's beauty community. So on May 6th, in the afterglow of the Met Gala, which James Charles attended, he posted something on Instagram wishing the influencers had more representation in the media. 4 days later, fellow beauty YouTuber Tati Westbrook granted that wish, but likely not in a way Charles envisioned. Charles had gone to Coachella.
He got 13 million viewers.
Yeah. And he claims that while he was there, he was mobbed by a crowd and needed somewhere safe to go. So instead of his VIP, he got like a media pass through Sugar Bear Hair. Well, Tati Westbrook has her own line of vitamins, and Sugar Bear Hair is a vitamin supplement.
Yeah, hers is
Halo Beauty. And so then after Coachella, he posts an Instagram story promoting Sugar Bear Hair, and Tati goes crazy and posts a story about being sad, very what's that term where you're talking about something but you're not directly talking about them on social.
Subtweeting?
She was subtweeting on an Insta story, and then she comes out with her YouTube video, which 43-minute long YouTube video called Bye Sister, which James Charles calls everyone his sisters.
Yeah, sister.
And since Westbrook released the video, James Charles has lost more than 3 million subscribers.
3 million?
Because she claimed that he needs to grow up, that her and her husband, who used to be like a bigwig in LA.
He was an agent or something.
Yeah,
right?
agencies or whatever, helped guide him throughout his career to help him find success. She claimed that James Charles targeted straight men to have relations with him.
So did that guy Jeffree Star, right?
Yeah.
Jeffree Star said something about he's a predator or something like that.
And so then James Charles came back with an apology video to James and Tati, and because Tati's husband's name is James, it gets confusing. But then yesterday, James Charles came out with a new video with receipts, quote unquote, saying that everything that Tati said was wrong. So I don't even know. It's been.
Yeah, this story that I'm looking at said he came back and posted screenshots of email correspondence from brands to prove his story.
Yeah.
So
I don't know what's going on. I like Tati's makeup videos, and that's what I'm here for. I'm not here for the drama. But it has been interesting to follow. But I love Tati. I never followed James Charles.
well, she's doing this vitamin product or whatever it is she's doing. What's her vitamin? Is it hair, skin, everything, digest? What is her deal?
She has two versions. She has like hair, skin, nails type vitamin, and then a sleep vitamin. So it's like a biotin and then a melatonin.
Okay.
But amped up.
And he's the one, he posted a thing about a sleep vitamin.
Through Sugar
Right.
Bear Hair.
Okay.
Sugar Bear Hair's sleep vitamin.
Okay. And the reason I'm asking this is because we were at Walmart yesterday, and there was some
Bobby Brown.
And you were like, oh, she's got a line of vitamins.
Yeah, she has very high-end makeup, and now she has a line of vitamins at Walmart.
So these vitamins have becoming quite popular. Obviously,
Yes.
the collagen and whatever biotin and other pepsins or whatever. Because I Googled this, you just saw this.
Yeah.
I'm tying this together. Is that I had been Google keto hair loss. Because I'd noticed, like, it seems like more hair was falling out for me since I've been doing keto. I know you're supposed to lose 50 to 100 hairs a day. That's
Yeah.
they say typical. But I'm like, this seems a little more. So I had Googled.
Okay.
And in this article about, yes, it's real, and this dermatologist recommended a vitamin, a beauty vitamin, which I got.
Yes.
That's what was.
What brand did you get?
It's called Nucell.
Okay.
I posted on our Instagram account.
Cool.
So it was recommended. Well, now I had already ordered that when this Fued started.
Oh.
So I'm I'm really, that's why I got interested in these hair vitamin products.
Right.
Are they working? What is better?
I don't think
Because
the FDA will back any of them.
any of them?
No, I don't think so. Not from what I hear.
Well, that's kind of
You're
what
like,
got me.
Bummer.
Because this article said that, we tried several of these and this is what we recommend for the price,
okay.
and these worked well, and this, for the price, this is our number pick. Because a lot of times, we've talked about this on here before, things that are higher priced aren't always
Right.
the best.
You're paying for a name.
Yeah. And according to this article, that's why I kind of got excited. It was like, oh, well, this is recommended at a monthly price that I would totally
Right.
be okay with. This is your pick, so I'm going to give it a shot. But then saw that brand, and I'm like, at Walmart, she was sold out. That was the one thing that was completely sold out was
the hair.
the hair vitamins that seemed to be the recommended thing these days.
Right.
So I don't know. I
Who
don't
knows?
know.
I don't know if anyone knows, really. I don't.
Well, I'm kind of a believer in vitamins, as you
Yes,
know.
as I've experienced.
Because I really do. I take my vitamins. I try to do them on a regular basis. If I can't travel with them, I'll at least do a multivitamin in my suitcase.
Right.
But I just always thought, well, I got on them years ago because I don't like vegetables a lot.
You hate vegetables.
I hate vegetables.
You hate them.
I will eat them if I have to. And I've learned to like tomatoes. But years ago, my doctor put me on a thing called Vital Veggies. Mm-hmm. It was freeze-dried vegetables. It was like 50 vegetables in one pill.
Okay.
And that sort of got me going on this. I've told you about my doctor before. He's the one that said, I'm not giving you medicine because you got to get sick.
Right.
I'm not giving, you need to, your sinuses are doing this because that's your body telling you need to.
That's
he
why I
was
don't go to the
very
doctor.
much into, even though he was a doctor, he believed in like holistic stuff.
Right.
He would even tell me, you need to get out in the sun more. I want you to go sit in the sun like 30 minutes a day.
Ah.
Like, and other people be like, you need vitamin D. Just take a vitamin D.
Right.
So there was I started getting into that stuff.
That makes
and
sense.
Sent me down the vitamin path of, I feel better. I have more energy when I take my B vitamin complexes.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
But you're not as firm believer in vitamins as I am?
I don't like
or-
swallowing pills, and I only swallow those that I need to, which is my probiotic, my magnesium oxide,
Yeah.
those types of things.
Well, I've watched you do like one pill at a time.
I can get up to 3 at a time.
And I can do like 8 to 12.
Grandma, oh my gosh, she was a vitamin person, and so she used to buy me vitamins to take, and I was like, Grandma, I can't swallow these, and so then she got me Flintstones.
As an adult, you were chewing Flintstones?
It was before all of these like gummy vitamins,
which I'm having to wean myself of.
because they have carbs.
Carbs and sugar. I didn't realize how many carbs and sugar are in the chewable vitamins that I was doing. So now I'm trying to transition from chewables back to
I know. I went to go get a chewable melatonin, and they weren't there anymore.
No, I got the
gone.
regular melatonins again.
Yeah.
No. Well,
Did we do good?
we did good, I think. I hope you enjoyed the podcast. I know we
had
were
a lot of
all
fun.
over the place.
We were, but I got lists.
It felt good. I think that we made it through this podcast.
Yep.
I have to stop doing that voice, I know.
Yep.
I waited till the very end to do it.
I know.
That was to tie
you
it all
still
back.
have to live with me, though.
That was to tie it all back together, though. Do you see how I did that? All right, tell people how to find us.
You can find us Wrinkled Sheets Podcast on Facebook. We're the Wrinkled Sheets, the #1 on Twitter and Instagram. We just recently kind of reconnected to our Instagram. It's been out there. We just haven't been using it.
We have not posted since 2017.
Yeah. So I posted a bunch today. And on YouTube, Wrinkled Sheets. And we've got the vlogs. We've got trying things video. It's crazy.
I'm going to get some new trying things video up
Are we?
this week.
Good.
Since I'm home, I had trouble. I'll wrap it up with this. I had trouble. I used a different camera than we typically use to shoot our trying stuff video. I used my better camera, and I didn't change the setting on the file format, so
Right.
it didn't work for when I was trying to edit on my iPhone. So now that I'm home for these few days, I'm going to use the computer and edit and try to get us a couple of trying stuff up. So.
Yay!
Because we videotaped and I left, and I thought I can do this
Yeah.
on the ship, and I couldn't.
You could not.
I could not.
That's okay.
So guys, thanks for listening. Thanks for watching the YouTube channel, and share us. That's the one
Share
you
us.
have. Please, I won't say you have to, but please share us.
Word of mouth is the best marketing that can
That's
ever
really the
happen.
only marketing that
Yeah.
that does so well.
Right. And we will provide links to all the things that we talked about, maybe.
Burning Kitty.
Bertie, we don't have a link to that.
Oh, we don't.
Nobody wants to see that.
I think the one we wanted to was the big link was the crime podcast
Yes.
because there was 20 of those.
Right.
All right. So guys, thanks for listening. We love you. Till next time.
Bye.